Hi guys, welcome to Making Sawdust. I'm in the shop today and I am using my thin strip cutting jig or veneer cutting jig that I use for my table saw. So stick with me and I'll show you how I built it and how I use it. I really like using this jig. There's really not a great way to cut thin veneer strips on a table saw. You can order thin veneer kits and sample packs from a lot of the big wood suppliers, hardwood suppliers. But to do it yourself really is a good cost-effective way, and that's why I made this jig right here. Really just a couple pieces of pine scrap off the pallet. I used an old cabinet hinge that I had laying around, and I cut a little hardwood runner for the miter slot in the table saw. I've also installed a screw that is designed to adjust the thickness of your veneer you're cutting. You're actually going to cut the offcut of whatever you're running through the table saw. It's incredibly hard to measure how thick an offcut needs to be if you want to make consistent veneer thickness cuts. By just moving your fence back and forth, you have to really do some math there, and I don't think you're really going to get a consistent cut. Especially on a budget table saw like mine, I needed a better way, a more consistent way to cut thin veneer strips. By using this jig, I've achieved consistent measurements along my strips of veneer that I'm cutting. I like building small little projects like these rings. This is hickory and I've steam bent these rings, but the lamination is within about 5/1000ths of what I was shooting for. I have these down to about 25 to 30 thousandths of an inch to allow them to bend in a coil so I can make hardwood bent rings. This is just a sample right here. I have a lot of finishing yet to do on this one. By using this jig, I was able to create a lamination like this, which eventually turned into miniature end grain cutting boards. They measure just under a ½ an inch square. These are a 5-species end grain cutting board. I've yet to sand them. I completed one and just oiled it. I believe I'm probably going to turn these into keychains. A lot of times we don't use our jigs every day, so we'll throw them over on a bench or in a drawer or something like that. And I was taking this off the table saw and I was like, oh, what am I going to do with these screws? And I thought, well, maybe they won't fall out. And I somehow accidentally strategically located these screws so I can just fold up my jig and the screws don't fall out. So accidental inspiration of jig design may be the best part of your day. Glad you stuck around here at Making Sawdust. I want to encourage each and every one of you to get out in your shop and do the same. If this is your first time visiting Making Sawdust, I want you to make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like the content. Give me a thumbs up. Click that bell for all your notifications. I talk about my jigs, my fixtures, repurposing. I do cool projects, and I want to share my experiences in the wood shop with you guys. So as always, get out in your shop, start making some sawdust.